Nowadays, without a doubt, the most popular fantasy subgenre is Romantasy. In a bookshop, you will find a table or bookshelves filled with colorful, eye-catching covers which are Romantasy. Crescent City, Fourth Wing has become internet sensation. The Throne of Glass and also a Court of Thorns and Roses series have sold over 37 million copies across the world with 38 different languages. Iron Flame, the sequel to the Fourth Wing, has become Waterstone's the highest selling pre-order in a single day, 4 months before its release last November. The tag Romantasy has over 475 million views on TikTok, and guess what? Goodreads has recently added a brand new category of Best Romantasy to their Choice Awards lineup. Romantasy has also dominated any book subscription, especially since 2023. Hi guys, this is Stan. Today let's talk about a phenomenon that I have observed: the rise of Romantasy. Here is a disclaimer first, and let me put my safety helmet on. I do read Romantasy. I don't mind anyone reading Romantasy. I don't blame anyone pushing Romantasy, and I don't accuse anyone writing Romantasy. Romantasy is fine. So here comes to a very fundamental question. What is Romantasy? In short, like its name, and also like the good old meme, I have romance, I have fantasy. Boom! Romantasy. This genre suddenly blew up last year. It is usually set in a high fantasy world featuring warring kingdoms, different kind of magic systems, and also mythical creatures like fays, elves, dragons, fairies. Unlike classical fantasy, which you may also come across with some romance elements, Romantasy features with some classic romance tropes like enemy to lover, soulmates, and also love triangles. So I would say it is quite common to have plots like two kingdoms, they are at war with each other, and then one side lost, they got captured, but they fell in love with the general from the winning side. Compared to romance itself, there may be some political difference between this pair of lovers. There may be also indigenous racial status difference between them. There will be dangers, there will be twists, force, violence to build up the sexual tension between the pair, leading to the most important, possibly what people are looking forward to read, is the explicit sex scenes, also known as the smut or the spice. Imagine our characters has to go through all the political struggles, all the wars, all the differences, all the biases, and finally they come together. That's a bit weird to say come together. This moment of finally getting together is definitely rewarding and heartwarming. I think what makes Romantasy special is it offers a safe space for our imagination to explore, and you don't have to feel ashamed, guilty because of your imagination. I'm not sure how filthy would it be. The usual trope across Romantasy is a strong, bold, but nuanced female protagonist going on an adventure but with romantic encounters. This, without a doubt, would be an easy start for particularly female readers who has never read any fantasy before to get into this market of fantasy or Romantasy. Also in the fantasy world, I know that it may be a little bit weird to say, but literally you could pair up any kind of mythical creatures and ship them, like human, dragons, fays, fairies, elves. Ship them whatever you want. You could create your lovely pair of couple. This is different from classical fantasy, which you traditionally follow a straight alpha male white main character. But Romantasy opened the door for people coming from different backgrounds and let their imagination explode, bring the talents, bring the cultures from across the world, I mean real world, to the fantasy world. It creates a platform for people coming from different part of the real world and celebrate different kind of sexuality, different kind of gender recognitions. It is not a surprise to see there is a sudden surge of demand of Romantasy, and more publishers are willing to invest in this subgenre. I think it is also an interesting phenomenon. Before, maybe it is on the publisher side to decide which plot has the potential to make the most investment from it, or what sort of plot, what sort of genre they want to push. But now it is the social media, book talk, booktube, bookstagram to influence the decision-making process. I'm not sure have you watched any videos or reels on social media that is about Asian authors. A couple of years ago when they sent their fantasy drafts to the publisher, they got rejected. But now, they are the one who laughs at the end. Also, in a bookshop, no matter it is online or physical one, you would definitely see signs or banners saying booktube recommendation, book talk sensation. Everything is about the internet in the shop now. Now, it is like the publisher or the bookshop to look for what readers love to read on the internet or across the social media. What is viral? What is trendy? Maybe you will get a chance to sit on a more eye-catching place. I mean, before you may have the Goodreads Choice Awards, it is an annual event to vote for your favorite fantasy, your favorite fiction, and maybe it is the only chance in a year for readers to vote for what they like and to see what is the popular ones. In a bookshop, you may have a place to dedicate for the nominees and also the winners, of course. So perhaps I would say that it is the only chance, other than the sale itself, to see what the general public like to read. But now with the constant changing world of social media, you could easily access to see what people love to read, what they are currently reading, and also what they don't like to read. Even for the big publisher in the UK, HarperCollins has launched its YA imprint called Midnight Collection to publish originally self-published romantasy that attract the attention on Book Talk. Yes, it is all about Book Talk. I think on the good side, people like me, the general public, can voice out their opinions about certain books across social media to say what they like, what they don't like about the books, so that publisher can hear us to know what we like instantly, and also giving a chance to small authors to showcase their work. But now when you walk into the fantasy and sci-fi section of a shop, you will definitely see the Romantasy titles that are lit right now. You will for sure see Sarah J. Maas everywhere with the Crescent City series, or even a whole set of A Court of Thorns and Roses. Not long ago, you would definitely see Iron Flame with Fourth Wing together. I think this just not happened to my local shop. I believe many of them are. I low-key think it is like a dominant force across fantasy. If you are a big fan of Romantasy, then it will be a good chance for you to see what titles are out there, and you can easily pick up the books you're gonna read next. I think arguably Romantasy is still a new subgenre to the publisher, so in a shop you may only find the really well-known one like Sarah J. Maas. But if you're not going for Romantasy, then you go to a bookshop, you need to skim through all the books, go through all the colorful covers, and try to find a book to put on your TBR. I think the rise of Romantasy could also be observed across book subscription. Here comes a little story of mine. One day I came across with this really beautiful edition of the Sword of Kaigen on Page & Wig. Page & Wig is a fantasy book subscription based in the UK, and I believe it is run by 4 women. This edition was absolutely stunning and I wanted to put it on my bookcase. Up to this point, I believe, other than this one, there is only one other special edition from the Kickstarter project. Seeing Page & Wig did this indie self-published fantasy a makeover, I was thinking, what if they also do a stunning special edition of other popular titles as well? So I signed up their waitlist. Later, I find out that they do bi-monthly subscription, so in a year, you got 6 books. For 2024, they are all Romantasy. I mean, I get people like Romantasy, and I guess you have done enough research to choose this decision. And I believe they have not run this business for not too long, and so far they have 2 releases only. Then choosing Romantasy for the whole year was just like a really big, bold decision. I am a little bit gutted because I think I may get other stunning exclusive edition that is not limited to Romantasy. Once again, don't get me wrong, I love Romantasy. Luckily for other book subscriptions that are well known and has been here for so long, they have decided to shift Romantasy as a separate choice from their normal book subscription. I guess because for sure there is a high popularity for this subgenre, but also you could keep diverse choices across the year for your quote-quote normal book subscription. Like me, if you're looking to expand your reading taste to see other works, then this kind of subscription is good to you because you are not dominated by one single subgenre, but at the same time, you're also giving other authors a chance to showcase their work. Some people may explain such trend. The rise of Romantasy is because of the current political, economic, and social climate. Before the rise of Romantasy, I would say that high fantasy is definitely a popular one, especially the grim, dark, bloody, brutal ones like A Song of Ice and Fire. But with the pandemic just a couple of years ago, our life has changed drastically. We need to stay at home, we need to take care of ourselves. But even now we are out of it, we are facing another crisis, the cost of living. I guess people now choose to read something that is easy, that is comforting, which also explains the other trend, the coziness nowadays. The rise of Romantasy also reminds me of another trend just a couple of years ago, the dark academia. I forgot exactly when, but I believe it is around the pandemic. There are so many people talking about dark academia, from books like Author 6, Babel, and also Ninth House, to like dark academia bookcase setup, dark academia reading vlog, dark academia dress code, dark academia accessories. Now, I wouldn't say this trend has gone, but definitely not as popular as a couple of years ago, and also not as big as Romantasy. I'm not sure would Romantasy be like dark academia, this trend slowly fading out from our life. So here are all my thoughts about the rise of Romantasy. What do you think is the next dark academia, the next Romantasy? Let's have a guess in the comment. So if you have enjoyed today's video, make sure you give it a like. If you don't want to miss any content from me, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I will see you real soon. Goodbye.